This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka Bad Bomb 82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Space Ghost. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is in a yellow 112 Collective box with the word Space Ghost written across the front. Turning the box around, we can see multiple panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with its different interchangeable parts and accessories. Turning the box back around, opening the lid, we can see that the figure is showcased in a window box packaging and surrounded by its multiple accessories, and some great artwork printed on the inside of the lid. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Space Ghost out of the box. And man, this is definitely the most definitive Space Ghost figure that we have ever received. Now, I've always been a huge fan of this character and I've always wanted a great piece of him, and here I have it in Mezco, another great figure from the 112 Collective line, and I cannot wait to check it out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Space Ghost does come with a ton of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, and 6 interchangeable effect pieces. And lastly, he does come with a circular base stand with a Space Ghost logo printed atop. He also comes with a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with a clip. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Space Ghost. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Mezco Space Ghost. Yes! I love Space Ghost. He was just a very special character to me when I was a kid, and even later on in like my early 20s, when they came out with a Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I always thought that was a really cool take on the character. For some reason, he became like a late night talk show host, which was really weird, but still kind of cool. So I really dug it. I haven't really seen anything in a very long time, so like just checking out this figure is gonna have to kind of refresh my memory as much as I can while reviewing it. And I know this figure has been out for quite some time, but you know, I just realized like, oh my gosh, I never actually reviewed Space Ghost. What took me so long? So I pulled him off the shelf, and now let's check him out. So overall, I think the design is very, very cool. Again, Mezco does this thing where like they pick and choose which characters are gonna stay pretty much true to their old designs, and which ones they're gonna like modify to keep someone modern, and you know what I mean. They kept really true to this original Space Ghost design, and I think it's very, very cool. The cape looks really nice. It has little like swirls on the cape, almost like a Batman type of cape, but with more rounded off tips. But everything just a white suit. I fear the white material on this, like the spandex material, gets dirty over time. That's gonna suck. So I'm gonna do my best to keep them clean. The gauntlets and all the red parts are very nice metallic red. Looks very, very cool. All the hands are done in a glossy white, which looks very nice. Even got some nice tread on the bottom of the feet with some peg holes. You can see his like ghost logo right there at the center of his chest. My camera will focus right there. I think that looks really cool. And the heads look really nice too. We get multiple kinds of heads. So this is more standard head, the one that he comes with in the box, which is pretty stoic and straight. You can see pop this off, and it actually pops off at the neck like that. You can see this, so the whole neck comes with it. And then you can put this one on right here, just like so. And that's more of like a smiling, angry face. I'm not sure if he's smiling or angry, but it still looks cool. To be honest, I'm gonna probably pose him on my shelf with more of the stoic one like that. I think that one suits Space Ghost a little better. So pretty cool. I love the spandex material and whatnot. This is all very nice, and it does not hinder articulation whatsoever. The cape is really, really good. Now here's the thing, I like I said before in some of my other reviews, I'm not a big fan of wired capes, but this one actually works out very well, and I think it's because of the material used. This material, it really is more of an actual spandex, and it's very, very pliable, and it's, like I said, it's more an actual spandex. Like the one on the figure itself is like spandex-like. This is actual spandex, which is very cool. And with the wire in the cape, and it's the right type of wire for this. I mean, you can do anything with that cape, and which is very, very nice. So I do appreciate that. And again, I'm not a real big fan of wire in capes, and it actually comes all the way around through all these swirls. But I guess it's with the material, it poses perfectly. It's nice and durable and flexible, so you can get anything you want out of it, which I really, really do like. All right, so let's check out some of the accessories. And now let's start with this guy. We get his little monkey friend right here. I believe, I don't know, I guess you wouldn't call that an accessory, right? It's almost like getting a second figure with them, so that works out very, very cool. This is actually really nicely done too, really nicely sculpted and painted. Lots of good teal, metallic blues and reds, and the yellows look all very nice. And you got a little monkey hands right there, and that's pretty cool. And you got a little monkey feet right there, and that's pretty cool. I do like that nice long tail. I kind of wish this was like a soft bendy plastic, or a soft bendy wire in the tail, so you could pose it around a little better. But it's not. But so it's not that bad though. So you got his little jetpack right here, and you can kind of see it's a nice metallic red, but you can see the jet propulsion in there is actually a clear plastic little plate right in there, so that actually looks really cool. So very nice. He has a little mask on there, nice big teeth for his little grimace right there. I think that looks very cool. Love that figure. So let's take a look at the articulation with just this guy. So his head is on a ball joint, does roll around, looks left and right, up and down, pivot side to side. That's very nice. Arms are ball jointed as well, so those can go all the way around, go out that much. Ball joint at the elbow, so it bends like that, rotates at the elbow, and it's more like at the forearm. That's the elbow. We do get nothing at the waist. I kind of wish he would at least twist at the waist, but there's nothing like that. You have like these ball-like hinges at the legs, so you can kind of kick up and just kind of rotate the knee and down. You kind of do the splits a bit, which works out pretty good. Even the tail can swivel around. This can kind of go up and down like that, so you can swivel that around. Again, I just kind of wish there was like a bendy wire in there. We get a single bend ball joint at the knee like so, as well as rotate at the knee, and the same thing with the ankle. I guess it's his ankle. So that is like on a ball peg as well, so that rolls around, rotates. We got some nice ankle rocker in there, so very, very cool. Again, it's like having a second figure in this little box right here. So very, very nice, great addition to the figure. We also do get a ton of hands. We get some more open palm hands like this. We get his fisted hands. We get his flight hands. We get his like trigger hands for, you know, doing his little thing on his wrist, stuff like that. All that kinds of cool stuff. We get a ton of blast effects. So it's very cool. We get these, and you're going to feel free to kill me in the comments. I don't remember what all of these things are called, so you're going to have to help me out. I think these were like proton blasts or plasma blasts or whatnot, but you get two of these, ones for each hand. Very nice clear plastic. So what you can do, just pop the hand off on one of the pegs like that. And with these specific hands, these hands are attached to the actual effect piece. So you can just pop that on like so. It's a little tough. Get that on right there, like that. There we go. And you got a nice effect just like so. That's very cool. I love that quite a bit. So we take that one off. And I'm going to put another fisted hand on here, like that. And then we got this nice big green blast. Again, don't remember what it's called. Feel free to correct me on all of this. But very nicely sculpted. I love the green, how it's molded. I like how it's more like white right here on the actual blast. And it just gets tuned to like a darker green. You can just fit them on one of the hands like that. And it will hold for the most part, so it looks pretty good. Because all of these effects are pretty lightweight. Same thing with this one right here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what this is. It looks like a fire blast of some sort. Again, I could be wrong. And it fits in the same way. You just stick the hand in there and it will hold very nice. That looks really cool. I feel like these little pieces right here are very, very brittle. And those might snap on you. So you want to be very, very careful with that. We do get this one, which is like a tiger uppercut punch like that. Because you can put that one on there and then put it on the hand. And that's awesome. I love that. That's a really cool effect piece. Lots of cool colors in there. Almost like a pearlescent type of finish too. I think that looks great. I love that. Very, very nice. We also get this one right here. I'm not sure what this one is. Maybe an ice blast, because that's kind of what it looks like. Very nice blue. Same thing with that pearlescent finish right here on the end. And again, this is one of those hands that does have, one of those effects that has a hand attached to the actual effect itself. So I'll pop this back off, and we get this one back on. So we can get, it's really kind of tight, but it works out very well. I guess it's better that it's tight, so it holds on there pretty steady. So now you have that effect, and that's just very, very cool. Love that so much. That's one of the highlights of this figure, is just all his effects that he does come with. He comes with a ton of stuff, and I wish more figures would do that, because those are all very well done, so I appreciate that quite a bit. Alright, so now let's take a look at articulation. So the head, or I should say the neck, is on a ball joint, so that rolls around like so, and I just popped that head off, didn't I? That rolled under my table, so I'm going to pop the other head on. I did a little too rough. So that rolls around like so. It does turn left and right. Up, about that much. Down, not so much. Rock side to side. Arms can go all the way up and down like that. Out. There is a slight butterfly joint in there, so that works out pretty nice. We got rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbows. It's hindered a little bit by his gauntlet, but it's not terrible. Rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. One thing I want to note that I didn't really notice, or excuse me, didn't talk about, there's actually a clear piece of plastic right there, and his little buttons right there for his gauntlets. You know, that's how he triggers his different, different weapon blasts and things like that. So that's actually really cool that they included an actual clear pieces on both gauntlets for that. So that's very nice. So we get a double ball joint. It seems to be right here in the midsection, going into his chest and into his crotch area. So that rolls around very nice. Get my camera to focus again. Rotate left and right, crunch, pivot side to side, crunch forward about that much, back about that far, hip joints kick forward that much, back not so much, do a split only about that far, rotation in that upper thigh, double jointed knees, just like so. We get rotation at the ankle, as well as going up and down, and a somewhat decent ankle rocker, and then you can see that the cape is also posable, like I've already discussed. So overall, I think this is such a great figure. Now, I know it seems like when he came out, he was kind of like a limited release, so not everyone got him, and a lot of people, I guess, accidentally ordered that glow-in-the-dark version, which was just garbage. I could not stand the way that looked. All the cool effect pieces like this, all these bright colors from these effect pieces were just done in that really awkward white. That was dumb, to be honest. I didn't like it, and I'm so glad I didn't pass on it. Luckily, my friends at Ageless Geeks totally hooked me up with this one right here. I absolutely dig this figure. Definitely one of my favorites from Mezco, and especially since it comes with the little monkey. Come on, that's 2 figures in this box right here. That's amazing, and I absolutely dig it. So if you can find him, I highly suggest picking up the standard version with the colored effect pieces. He is totally worth it, and he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to the 112 Collective Captain America and Red Sun Superman figures. And just for fun, here he is standing next to Little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. My review of the Mezco 112 Collective Space Ghost. Now overall, I think this is an amazing piece. This has got to be the most definitive Space Ghost figure that we have ever received in our collections. He's got a great sculpt, really cool paint, amazing soft goods, and insane interchangeable parts and accessories. All those effects that we get are incredibly well done, and I love every last bit of them. If you're looking for a really cool Space Ghost, then the Mezco 112 version is definitely the one to get. So for great deals, head over to agelessgeeks.com for awesome action figures like this and all the things you love. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.